Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract, Serial Killings, set in Whittleton Creek and supplied to us today by J. Witt, 1999. So moving on to our briefing. Hello 47, we have a mission for you. Your mission is to take out a group of serial killers. What they would do is they would set up stands around town and add drugs to get them addicted, and Helen West would drug them and would remove their organs and incinerate them. Our client, one of the victims' mums, tried to get the police after her, but she was let free. Our client wants you to kill her and her associates. Our client will also pay you more to incinerate her alive and take pictures of the basement. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 familiar faces along with a free map. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the default location, and we'll be bringing with us an empty briefcase, a lockpick, and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to take care of our first target straight away before doing a little bit of legwork on the remaining 4 targets. So we're going to head straight down the main street over to the Wilson's property, and our first target is already alone and isolated up on the first floor in the spare bedroom. So we're going to waste no time at all. We're just going to pull out our silenced pistol, bust in the door, and shoot them in the head. So 1 target down. We can leave him there. He's not going to get found. So we're going to make our way next door to the house for sale. And this is where our empty briefcase will start coming in handy, as we are going to retrieve ourselves 2 propane cylinders, and the first of which is in the kitchen of the house for sale. So we're just going to grab the key from the plant pot to the right of the door, make our way into the kitchen, ignoring the plumber. He will ignore us as well. We're going to grab the propane cylinder from the back of the kitchen, place that in our briefcase, and then make our way out the rear door and hop over the garden fence into the house with the boat outside garden. And up against the house we will find a barbecue, and next to the barbecue we will find a second propane cylinder. So now that we have 2 propane cylinders, we can now make our way around towards the west property. There's no real shortcut, so we're just going to run down the street, pretty much the only way we can go. You can go down this street or you can go down the other street. Doesn't really matter which direction you pick. We're going to end up in the same place either way. So we're going to make our way straight down past Helen West's house. We're going to take our first propane cylinder and we're going to throw it up against the front tire of the muffin van. About there will do nicely. We're then going to take our second propane cylinder from our briefcase, just behind the sleeping policeman here, and we're going to place this propane cylinder on the floor behind the server here. We're then going to grab a whole bunch of muffins, although I think we only really need 2. I'm going to grab 4 just to be certain. We're going to place 1 on the table here, and that will get the attention of the estate agent, and he will come along shortly and eat that. And we want to make him very, very fat and very full so that he leaves the area. So while he is devouring the muffin we've given him, he will also devour another muffin that the server has given him as well. We're going to make our way into the west property, and we're going to lockpick our way in through the basement and then up into the house proper. And we're going to try and trigger a conversation between Helen West and her server. And once that conversation has triggered, Helen West should make her way down to the basement a lot quicker. If we don't trigger that conversation, you can be waiting, depending on the game, up to 10 minutes for Helen to make her way into the basement. If we trigger the conversation, it happens after only 2 or 3 minutes. And we're going to use those 2 or 3 minutes to return back to the muffin stand and place another muffin on the table there. And once again, we're going to return back to the west property, just like we did before. So a lot of backwards and forwards for this one. We're going to make our way back down into the basement, and we're going to try and see if Helen West is making her way down here. Now I can see on the mini map that she has been to the front door, so we may have to re-trigger the conversation between her and her staff. And note, the conversation has resumed from where it is left off, so we're all good there at the very least. So we're going to make our way back down into the basement. We're going to hide ourselves behind the gurney here, and in a few moments Helen West should start making her way down the stairs. And when she does, we are going to jack in the box, we're going to render her unconscious, and then we are going to deposit Helen West in the furnace provided, and as per request, we are going to incinerate her. So one target now taken care of in the west property. The other member of Helen West's crew in this area has vacated the property, and they will be back shortly. So we're just going to wait at the top of the basement stairs, as there is a gardener / FBI agent just going into the bathroom. Eventually he will leave and our next target will return, and we can then make our way out of the bathroom stairs or the basement stairs and up into the kitchen, eliminate our target any way you see fit. I chose the bullet to the head method, but you can give him a neck massage if you so wish. We're then going to head out of the west property, as we only have 2 more targets left. And whilst still in the garden, we should be able to get a nice clear view of the propane cylinder by the muffin van. And as long as the serving lady is over by the van and not playing with her clipboard, the explosion will eliminate her. Whilst all of that panic is going on, we're going to make our way to the muffin stand for the final time, and the estate agent has now left. There is a young lady who also frequents this stand. She's currently not here either, so we're going to very quickly take 2 bullets into the propane cylinder, eliminating our final target before we make good our escape by heading for the nearest available safe exit, which in this instance will be the bus stop exit. So there we go, one more subscriber contract taken care of. And once we get out of Whittleton Creek, we will get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We had no objectives to worry about, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.